Hi again, Doug here from X-Frames FPV, and today we've got another build out video for you. And this is going out to Texas. This is my customer in Texas that has, I don't know, he's got quite a few of my builds out there, and I really appreciate this customer. And this is another one. You know, we wanted to build one. He's got 5S builds. He's got 3-inch that's just crazy fast build, and a lot of power. He's got a lot of open space out there to fly, so power is really kind of fun, right, out in those open spaces. But we wanted to build something that was just really as dialed in as we could possibly get it. And so, you know, with BLHES, you know, we're talking about the KISS ESCs, and with BLHES, when they came in, you know, they have they're basically as fast as the KISS ESCs are, and but I still think that the KISS ESC has an upper hand when it comes to some of the tuning possibilities, especially when you pair it with the KISS flight controller. It allows for you to talk back and forth and to program them just straight off of the flight controller without any kind of outside system for that. And so I like that about them. They're really rock solid. You know, some people have had issues with them. When they go hard. As far as when they go bad, they do like to throw a little smoke in the air. But I still think they're a fairly good choice. And I think when you're talking about wanting to get the best tune on a craft possible, I still think that KISS is the best ESC for doing that. So what we have here, this is the Rotor Riot RR5. Well, RR5 is basically an Alien with just a different top plate is really the only difference. It has these kind of cutouts here. And so we've already done the CA gluing process to all of them on the arms, and it's where you round it off and you CA glue it. It really protects them in a crash. Let's get a measurement on these arms. Let's zero out and pop open. Yeah, right at 4mm, 3.99. So you know, carbon fiber, ImpulseRC's carbon fibers, really nice and tight weave. There you go. And you can't really tell, but because of the CA glue, but they're really tight layers, which is another big thing. And the machining is phenomenal. Another thing that I like, and we've talked about this before as far as ImpulseRC is concerned, they always include the best hardware available. And, you know, hardware is something that kind of gets overlooked because, you know, let's just throw any kind of, you know, M3 by 8mm screw on there and it doesn't matter, but it really does. And you know, when you're having to replace that stuff, or if they strip out easy, having good hardware really makes a difference. So another thing we chose for this build as far as the motors, because is these 2206 2300 kV motors. And let me see. Let's get that focus. There you go. There you go, little buddy. And this is the Lumenier. And these are just really nice and smooth motors. They allow you to get, they have plenty of power. I will be doing a thrust test on them using the RC Benchmark thrust stand here later on. But they allow you to get a really good tune, and they're plenty powerful. So let's and they're super efficient is another thing. You know, you can efficiency is something that a lot of people don't think about, and you know, these batteries can only provide so much power at one time, and so efficiency kind of plays into its overall in the air power feeling. Let's get a weight. So that's 30 grams. Let me refocus this. That's 30 grams. Let me move this over where you can see it. But that's with Let's take the nut off there, because usually I weigh them without the nut. 29, and if you cut off, let me just cut these off real quick. Because most motors, or the motors that I have weighed in the past, I don't include these bullet connectors. So let's get an accurate weight compared to the other ones. And 27.9, that's a really light motor for a 2206 motor. So that's another reason we went with it. We wanted something light, easily tuned, and so that we can kind of my customer can really see what it feels like to have something that's really light in the air, fairly light in the air, but also that's just tuned as good as possible. And the components on this are all paired together to make a really good flying and a really tunable craft. So some of the other components that I chose, this is the Fox ear. This is the Arrow camera. Now this has built-in OSD. It's programmable through just a little plug that you plug right into it, and it's super simple to use. It gives you everything you need, all the battery information you need. You can put your call sign on there if you wanted to, or whatever. So obviously we already talked about, these are the 24 amp ESCs from KISS. Same thing with the KISS flight controller. He primarily flies by himself, maybe with one other person, and in open areas. So he's going to go with the 600 megawatt. That would be pretty powerful. 600 milliwatt Immersion, and this is a little heavy. You know, it's a little big. Weight on it is 15. A lot of them are, the TBS is ridiculously light, but a lot of them are around 12. But this, in my experience, this has just been a rock solid performer, and so that's why we included it. Now this ImpulseRC Alien, or the RR5, does come with its own PDB, but I opted to go with the Reactor PDB, and because this has the built-in 5 volts built-in, it actually has 10 volts and 5 volts, and it has all the mounting just like the original PDB would. So I was really excited to get my hands on this, and it's going to make for an easier build, a cleaner build. This case is actually going to be black, and the whole quad is going to be all blacked out. So this is going to be a really nice looking one. It's going to fly really good, I know for sure. And so I hope you guys, I hope I'm hitting on everything, all the information that you need. I'm trying in my videos to include, when I'm doing the final thoughts video, to include the weight of the craft and then the components, so you can just kind of look at them. So stay tuned to my channel. I'm going to be doing some different things. I'm going to be doing some reviews of some of the little tiny micro, the 80 to 100 millimeter FPV drones that are kind of really hot right now, and kind of give you an idea of what would be a good one if you wanted to buy something for Christmas. It's a great way to kind of get into this hobby, because it's already built. It's small enough you can fly it indoors. It's small enough that if you hit your friend flying it, it's not going to hurt them. So it's a really good way to get an introduction into this hobby. And this is a great hobby. It's moving very quickly, and that's hard sometimes to keep up, but it's also what makes it so exciting, right? So again, thanks guys, appreciate you so much, and I hope you get a chance to fly.